Today, the NASCAR Cup season kicked off at where else? It was the 60th edition of the Great American Race. The number 88 car on the pole, but it wasn't Dale Jr. behind the wheel. Alex Bowman now occupies that seat as Jr. fired up the field. And if you like seeing crashes, there were several to choose from. Lap 59, Ricky Stenhouse setting off a chain reaction behind him. Several drivers, including former champ Jimmy Johnson, caught up in that one. Just past halfway, Chase Elliott makes contact with Brad Keselowski and spins. The wreck collects several cars, including Danica Patrick in her final NASCAR race. 2 laps to go, it's the big one. Multiple drivers caught up in this melee, including pole sitter Alex Bowman and another former champ, Kurt Busch. Final lap, Eric Almirola leading, trying to block both lanes of traffic when he gets turned around by Austin Dillon. 20 years after Dale Earnhardt drove the number 3 to the checkered flag, the number 3 is back in victory lane as Austin Dillon gets the win, making Richard Childress one proud car owner and grandpa. 2 ice technicians from Utah make and take care of the ice in all 4 sliding venues at the Pyeongchang Olympics. Back home, they take care of the Utah Olympic Oval, which is known as the fastest ice on Earth because of all the world records broken there. So when South Korean officials started looking for someone to make their ice, they looked to Utah. Alex Cabrero reports from Pyeongchang.
In order to make the greatest ice on Earth.
It's getting crazy over there. When we first got here, it was just bare concrete.
It kind of helps.
They had just turned the refrigeration on.
You're from a state known for the greatest snow on Earth.
No disrespect to anybody else, but we think we do it the best in the world.
Good. Ready to roll? Let's do it.
Dan Barry and Shane Truskowski both work at the Utah Olympic Oval in Kearns.
We have the fastest ice on Earth, breaking all these world records.
Which is why the Koreans asked them to help make world-class ice.
We've had a lot of great compliments from the coaches and some of the skaters.
And depending on if you want thin, grippy ice for short-track speed skating.
There's a lot of science into it.
Or a thicker surface, say for figure skating.
It's all about friction, coefficient of friction, drag coefficients, things like that.
Yeah, things like that.
We require certain ambient temperatures and certain ice temperatures. That's one thing we don't give that information out. That's our secret.
Some things stay in Utah.
We've had officials ask, how come your ice is so fast? I say, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
He didn't laugh after saying that. But even with the long hours...
I've only had 1 day off in 3 weeks, so it's a lot of work, 12 hours a day, but it's worth it.
They say there is nothing like seeing the best athletes in the world competing on ice you helped make.
You can see that smile on their face and with a coach, and they high-five as they come by. I mean, that's makes it all worth it and fun.
And last but not least, women's basketball. Virginia Tech hosted the Tigers of Clemson at Castle Coliseum for the last home game of the season. The Hokies started out slow but rallied late for a come-from-behind victory. 53-45 is your final score. Well, that will do it for sports. Coming up next, we'll have a look at your final forecast.